Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as Mexico. In previous episode we started another war, or rather we avoided a war against Austria by just banning slavery in Marina, and then we started a war against USA. We've taken most of the war goals, at least partially, but Minnesota is still missing, which we won't be winning battle in this particular combat here. But one of the things that we might be able to do is get a nice landing over here in the north once we've cleared out most of Florida. Or combine these two fronts as well, and that would potentially be helpful. They're down to 1,000 men in here in this particular combat, so that should be fairly easy. There we go, that's one battle won. And the battle over here in the north, we are taking pretty hefty casualties, so we should probably just switch this big army over here to do defense for a while. Let it recover, let them do a bit of attacking in the meanwhile. And then we could maybe just use some of the other army in here, or the other army over here, to maybe do a landing in the northeast and split the enemy troops further. Because we are going to be slowly but surely clearing out Florida at least, so that's good. Raising concerns. How is the... Okay, industrialists aren't all that loyal. So petty bourgeoisie, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to lose a little bit of political currency in there. Now slowly but surely winning the battle here. Or rather, losing the battle here. So it's mostly just the southern Florida front that is seeing combats right now. And of course the main front with this particular combat being going on for a while. But I think what we'll do is we'll switch to the defense on the big army. We might send the other army elsewhere. Maybe help a little bit in the landing, or potential landings in the south or northeast of USA. Actually, right, that battle is ongoing. So Ambrosio is someone that we could potentially use for another landing. Slightly more troops than what we have ships, but it's not too bad. So after this battle we will have a bit of a lack of manpower in the front line perhaps, but I don't think they'll be able to push through. They are taking relatively large casualties as well. They are going to be attacking with 200 battalions though, but again their attack values are so small compared to our defense. Right, we have another obligation from Mexico to Mexico. Apparently that is expiring. Alright, so the battle is almost over. I should just remember to switch the troop or army to be on the defense instead. And let's see, they've got quite a bit of troops in here. Yeah, both of those armies are now attacking. So how's the landing? That's gonna happen in... Shouldn't it already be happening then? Oh, there we go, so it's 12 days. And they have started attacking us over here in Alabama, but we actually... Oh, wow. They had twice the men in the... Well, almost 3 times the men in the start of the battle, but... we're holding our ground quite easily. Also holding our ground over here. We'll just need to do a nice landing to split their troops. I mean, at least the southern pocket over here we're slowly but surely clearing out. Oh, and rubber discover in Oromia. Just from that event, you can't really tell which nation I'm playing, or which playthrough I'm playing as. I'll go through because, you know, I've done that, or had rubber discovered in Oromia, in Hejaz, Ethiopia, and the Marina Kingdom playthroughs, and now this one. There's just 4 of them, I guess. Oh, they're getting another attack coming in here. I mean, I'm pretty sure the troops are at least getting a bit of their strength back while doing this. Also defending in there. Oh, there we go. They have 300 battalions attacking. We've only got 50,000 men defending. Now, admittedly, it's only 240,000 men that we're attacking, but still, that is quite a bit. At the same time, they've already lost, just dead and wounded, over 80,000. Close to 100,000 by now. And we've lost a total of 10,000. Or thereabouts. Ah, there we go. Our landing was successful. And now they're moving another 130 battalions away from somewhere. Is it from... No, it's not from there. Probably not from... Oh, right, we split the armies there. How about... we sent you to be on standby. We'll do another landing in between here. So who's the... Bernardo is the one that is going to do the landing. I'll go for New Jersey. Oh, and you should probably just... well, actually, is there... They've still got 11 days before they arrive. So we are going to start another combat before they arrive here. Which means that we can capture a bit further. And then we'll switch to the defense. Just have them split their troops further and further. still got quite a bit of troops in there, admittedly, but I guess the battles over here, they're taking such massive casualties. I do wonder if they are willing to start attacking yet. They switch one of them armies to defense, at least. Oh, they switch both of them to defense. Okay, let's have a look at the army in here, then. I can't really see the total manpower in there, which would be quite handy information. I suppose we can have a look at... Oh, wow, yeah, they lost quite a bit of manpower in there. I don't know if now is the time to attack, but, you know, might as well give it a try. And did we have another army in here that we could send in? Maybe. I'm going to send just this one to help the defend if need be. And then we've got the landing happening in here, hopefully. We did capture a bit more land, but now they've got more troops in there, so I'm just going to switch the defense there. One way or another, they're going to be losing this war. And the war goals to be as they should be. You know, if we just win one battle in the north here, I mean, they got about twice the manpower in there. At the start of the war, or battle anyway. So it's going to be a bit of a rough one. If we get really good rolls, we might still win there. If we look at the details, we can see that they are losing faster than we are, the manpower, but the question is, are they losing fast enough? You know, I think we are still going to lose that just about, unless they get some blunders thrown in there. Apparently there's a revolution happening in Greece. Yeah, communist Greece versus, okay. Yeah, it's just constant revolution at this stage of the game. Things just start boiling over. They actually got more than twice the manpower right now in the combat. So they've... Oh wow, yeah, the defense has... well, I suppose it's the camouflage there, but... Yeah, I think we're going to have another loss there. So we might lose it. I don't know if we're actually going to lose anything in there, because the battle is over here for Minnesota. So there's nothing over there to switch hands yet. Oh, there we go. That's a lot of troops that we're defending against. And our landing is successful yet again. Don't know if it's going to be large enough landing to... I mean, I suppose they have to split a bit more troops. Now they've got 65 battalions there, though. I've got a nice little battle over here, which the enemy is losing. Yeah, the naval invasion to New Jersey was indeed successful. And well, we are going to have another battle in here, I suppose. They might not have the defense values in there. I mean, if we have at least most of our troops in the battle... And we are, oh yeah, we are gonna win that, especially since they have basically no manpower in the combat. Well, well, well. Over here, on the other hand, we're still losing the battle. I mean, they took more casualties than we did. But you know, it's just, they've got a massive army. I'm not gonna be increasing the army size at this stage. I think we're gonna still force them to lose the war one way or another. It's just a matter of attrition, quite frankly. Plus, if we have a look at the information in here, so they are in default, and the bankruptcy is still ongoing. Okay, they're no longer in default, right now at least. So it's probably going to be going a bit up and down, but the GDP is not looking great. Overly enthusiastic partisans. Those of the Conservative Party have gone beyond simply campaigning for their own party, harassing and sometimes physically attacking opposing partisans. Well yeah, we could probably reduce the Conservative Party's momentum at least a little bit. So this battle is going to be a victory. Do you have any other troops that could start advancing? I mean, we've got an army defending there. Pretty sure most of the armies are... Yeah, most of the armies are busy right now. One way or another. I guess this was a bit of a mistake to start attacking here yet. But at the same time, at least we managed to clear out some of this area. And I guess the enemy is still going to be somewhat limited in manpower in the combats. If we could link up with these, or these two armies, that would be brilliant already. Although, the more fronts they have to cover, the better it is for us, I reckon. So who is going to be... Or who's slated to win the... Oh, right. There's two with the rich, so there's Communist Party and Free Trade Party that are going to be the two biggest ones. I have a feeling that we can't really put those into the same government, though. Just, let's call it a hunch. Oh, yeah, we are going to be winning another battle here. Even with a plunder, we should be able to win that. I do wonder if we're going to... Well, we're technically speaking supposed to move towards the Minnesota. I mean, if we just go... Actually, I could put in Illinois as a strategic target. Oh, we can only have one strategic target by the looks of it. In this theater, anyway. Rich get richer. Yeah, sure. More momentum for the trade party. So, are we actually... Oh yeah, that is going to be an easy victory. We're still keeping the enemy troop numbers there so low that they won't really be able to do much. Well, I suppose this army needs to pull back a little bit. We did start with 56,000 men. I suppose if we pull back for a little while, we can at least recover some of the manpower there. Let them do the attacking. And we're still seeing the American convoys, so that's good. And also, we're still beating them back in Pennsylvania. We have a double army in there. And one army in here. How's the enemy? They are not attacking, to be fair. But I suppose this army isn't necessarily the best in attacking either. There we go. That's a nice little bit of extra land that we just got. I think this army is probably going to be the one that is going to change the course of the war. Because this one, it's just... There's too much enemies in there. There's kind of too much enemies in here for us to attack either. And the main front line, I forgot why I should have switched this to defend. Just let the troops recover. Let them do the attacking. They are down to 200 battalions in there, though. They must have moved some of the armies elsewhere. Oh, oh yeah, it's moving here. Well, that's actually fine. We are going to be winning one more battle in there, and then we're going to switch that to defend. We'll give the army over here a little bit of time to recover, which hopefully is going to happen soon, but let's have a look. How's the... Oh yeah, a lot of these are pretty low on manpower. That's going to take a while. So, if there's someone wondering why I haven't had a look at the population or the culture tabs right now, I'm leaving that for basically the end of the series, to kind of have a look how we ended up with. I suppose I could do a landing in Georgia. At least get a bit more land in there. I suppose we've got a nice little battle over here. Oh, wow, yeah, they're taking... How's the casualties looking like right now, then? They've taken already about 1.9 million casualties. I've taken about 500,000. Ballot or bullet? Ultimate goal of the Communist Party in this election cycle. Right, either it's prelude to revolution or workers' power will be achieved through a Communist Party parliament. I guess I'd rather avoid getting too much radicals. We already got 18 million, you know. Down to 4 million loyalists. That's not particularly good looking for us. There's some Welsh migrating somewhere. I didn't actually check where they were migrating to. But our troops are holding our ground quite nicely. They are still 200 battalions in here. I do wonder, though, I suppose now if we had the army in sort of full strength in here, which it probably isn't, though it definitely isn't. Leave it in there for a little while. Ooh, actually. Can I switch the troops for this army? Oh, I can. If we wait to go for the flamethrowers, it would reduce the defense quite a bit. Kill rate would go up a lot and devastation would go up, offense would go up. Of course, these wouldn't be ready to fight immediately then. I guess if we do that one now, that's probably going to be a better option. So that's a decent bit of troops that were just switched. It's not the entire army, mind you, but it's some of them. I do wonder if it has an impact in the combats here, though. Oh, switching fire completed. Dragon of the Trenches. Although a situational weapon, the flamethrower is proving effective in the Mexico versus United Syndicates of America, and support in close-range trench warfare. 10% morale damage, that seems like a good... Or kill rate. I'm going to go for the morale damage. If we can make the enemy retreat faster from the combat, then that's going to be good for us. Especially in the battles where we're advancing. Now, this one might not be able to advance for a little bit again, so we'll just hold our ground there. Let them do the attacking. We've got a double army in there. So let's have a look. How bad is the attacking qualities of these troops now? It's 119 still, actually. It's not that bad. You know what? I think we're gonna be attacking then. And we got our election done, so who won? I didn't actually check that. I probably should have. Well, let's have a look. A reform government. Oh, Communist Party is probably the... Yep, Communist Party won. Alright. I guess we'll go for the Communist Party then. At least there was an election. We're gonna have our first battle with flamethrowers in here. We actually only have 100 offense in here. But I suspect that we are gonna be dealing quite a bit of casualties for the enemy. Now, to be fair, it is almost 2-to-1 ratio in the starting manpower there. So that is causing a bit of problem there. But of course, the further along we go here, I think our offense should be going up on a weekly basis, at least a tiny bit. Now, how much of an impact it's going to have, I'm not entirely sure. Probably not enough to win this battle. But I think we can keep going with these fights. Logistics secured, Moralos. Ooh, that means less demoralization. They are exhausted, so their Moralos is going to be even higher. Still probably not going to be enough to win this battle, but they are losing a lot of their... Oh, right, there's another war with Spain and France. involved in there. It's a Spanish Civil War again. A different Spanish Civil War that might be... recall it... Oh. Spanish Religious Revolt? Okay, I mean, it's not really that far off. I mean, the territories, of course, held are quite different. So how are we doing in here? Did we switch the armies over here yet? Oh, actually, some of them did. You know what, at this stage, I'm just going to switch all of the troops into the flamethrowers. Going to be a lot more fuel used. That'll be fine. I could always activate the con troops if I want to, but I'd rather not. I like relying on the... Oh, there we go, that's a good battle there. Relying on our regular troops. Oh, they are going to be attacking here now. I mean, it's still probably not going to be enough to get through. I mean, with their 19 offense, yeah, there's no chance that they'll get through. Oh, and with some good rolls in here, I guess. So we've managed to destroy a large portion of the American army in here in this combat, which seems like we are going to win this. Just about. They're losing so much faster than what we are. The manpower in there, that it is quite likely that we'll break through. I mean, I suppose our offense value with the poor visibility is not particularly good, which is definitely causing some issues in this particular combat. I mean, I suppose this one's going to be possibly change to something else. Hopefully it's something really good. They have morale damage increase, though. I don't know if we're going to win this. Okay, there's much. The province capture is going to be reduced. Oh, come on. Switch already. Oh, now we're lost. Okay. At least the attack values are back to sort of proper strength there. So I think... Well, the amount of enemy battalions is down to 42 battalions. We've got 28 battalions. Oh, triumph of the rural folk. With the socialist idea sweeping across Mexico, Gaspar Bustamante of the rural folk has been appointed to a leading position in the government. There is sufficient momentum for rapid policy change. Wage subsidies, labor rights, regulatory bodies in labor rights, or pass laws protecting trade unions. I suppose we could go for the labor rights. It does take a lot of bureaucracy though, but oh well. We're not really lacking in money right now, so I'm not too worried about that one. We've got a war to fight. I'm wondering though, are we going to win this? I mean, the advantage that they have in terms of manpower in there is fairly slim at this stage. So it is very possible that we are still going to win this simply by the fact that we've got such a massive kill rate. So the enemy battalions have been kind of melting away there. Well, we do have the flamethrowers now, so I suppose that is kind of fitting. And our defenses are holding on the other front line still, so that's good. As the right, the offense value is only 91 there, so it's going to take a while before the troops are all active. Oh, there we go. We are going to win this, so we are going to get part of Minnesota. And how is the war support going to be going down? It's going to be going down fairly quickly. I have a feeling that once we capture even a little bit of Minnesota, they will probably be willing to take the peace deal already. Oh, and a convoy radar's got intercepted. With 4 flotillas. Yeah, that's not going to be successful intercepting, I reckon. Now, can we get... Oh yeah, they're down to 600 men. This is going to be an easy victory, I dare say. Well, I say easy victory, we did take quite a bit of casualties in here, although the enemies took more. And there's not a bit more troops, to be fair. I mean, if you have a look, just the dead and wounded on the enemy side, that is about, well, 87,000. And we had less than that at the start of the combat. But of course, it's AI, it's bankrupt and all that, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference, or like, it's not necessarily that impressive, all things considered. But we have now gotten part of Minnesota, so their war support is going down, and they would actually take the peace deal already. No point in dragging this any longer than is necessary. Well, there we go. We've got a connected area there. I think Mosquito Kingdom was one of the nations that I wanted to still annex at least. But yeah, we've got a pretty good area there. We could also take Southern Carolina from New Africa. But let's quickly, I'm just going to go through the buildings. So bear with me. I think we'd actually switch to the aerial reconnaissance by now. Oh, we need 344. Well, it'll be fine. I'll go for the flamethrowers and all that. Use the field hospitals. The railways should be using electrical trains. Should be publicly run. And then I'm just going to go through all these buildings real quick. Right, I just realized something that I haven't done is switch to the telephone switchboard, which should fix our problems with bureaucracy. I'm not going to do it everywhere right now because I don't think we have the electricity or telephone production for that. But if we go for our our capital, that should give us quite a bit of bureaucracy, give us a lot more money, and we've upgraded. Oh, I've switched out a lot of the stuff there, and I suppose we've still got the armies that are kind of busy. But I think what we're going to do, if we declare war on Mosquito Kingdom, just for Conquer State, there's only a handful of nations that can join. British Republic, of course, is the primary one. But I think we're going to go for that one. And then we're just going to put in some troops on the front line there. This one I'm not really needed in. Oh, right, liberate Texas and California. That's not going to happen. But I will conquer a state. Actually, is that going to be... Oh, yeah, British Guatemala. We'll go for that one. I don't know if we really need to go for the Caribbean and stuff. I mean, we probably could. So that's Bahamas, and then we've got Jamaica. Sure, we'll go for those. And Bermuda would be another one. But let's see, where is... Oh, we don't have that. Right, okay, never mind. So we can't take the stuff in there. But, you know, even with just these two, that's going to clean up the borders a little bit. I think that'll be fine. So let's go ahead and take our big army somewhere. For example, here. Bring it to do a bit of attacking over there. They might be bringing a lot more troops now that we push the armies there, but that'll be alright. We'll see how it goes, though. They're adding a bit of war goals of their own. Oh, yeah, they already got 4 war goals. I'm going to add this one to the primary, though. And that's going to be in my war goals for this, I think, because I don't have the interest in Caribbean right now. We used to have that, but when Haiti left the, well, thing, there's some diplomacy in it. We could definitely put it back there, but there's not going to be in time for the next war, or for this war. Put in a few more interests in Africa, just for the heck of it. I do wonder if there's actually a lot of nations that are trading with us. Oh, there's quite a few. But I'm getting things. Hold on a bit. Oh, right, North German Federation. Kind of forgot about that one. So that formed. Austria is still a blob. Turkey has formed. I mean, it used to be the Ottomans, of course. Right, what about else? There's a bit of fighting in Siam. They're having a bit of a revolution there. Japan still hasn't colonized any of that. Bit of a shame, really. And then I suppose there's the French have colonized some stuff. Oh, actually, that's not French, but the French do have a bit of Papua. At least. And then, of course, Africa is a bit of a mess. We got a bit of Africa, of course. Oh, I forgot about this one, I'll be honest. Oh, well, that's something that I could actually take. Take Treatport, Somaliland. In which case, we'll need to send in an army there. Send you. Mobilize. Attack. Let's actually have a look. What is the quality of the troops over here in Guatemala? So that's 126 defense. Pretty decent, but if we got the manpower advantage in the combat, then we'll be fine. Of course, they are activating their conscripts by now. Not necessarily all of them, but at least a decent chunk. Not that that's particularly surprising, to be fair. I suppose another thing that I could do, though, is do we have... No, we don't have a... Right, these are just different... Ooh, actually... Those are subjects. I could take away, like, Varzangali, maybe. Yeah, I'm not gonna go all in there. Just gonna take the port, and then take these 2 areas to clean up the borders. But I do actually realize that we are, unfortunately, out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.